Hello and welcome back. Let's have a quick look at Spring Scheduler today. So in Spring Framework, a scheduler is a mechanism that allows you to schedule and execute tasks at specific times or with a certain frequency. The Spring Framework provides a scheduling features through the TaskScheduler and scheduled annotation, which are used for scheduling tasks often known as jobs or cron jobs. The task scheduler interface is a central abstraction in Spring for scheduling tasks. Processing of scheduled annotations is performed by registering a scheduled annotation bean post processor. This can be done manually, or more conveniently, you can just use this XML element called task colon annotation dash driven. Okay, or even better, if you are controlling everything in Java, you can just decorate your class with this particular annotation, which is called enable scheduling, and we'll take a look when we do the workshop. Let's just remember a few simple rules when you're writing scheduler. The annotated method must expect no arguments. Okay, it will typically have a void return type. Okay, if somebody try to return something, it will simply be ignored by the scheduler. All right, there are three types in Spring Framework. Fixed delay. Fixed delay means execute the annotated method with a fixed period between the end of the last invocation and start of the next one. Okay, then you have fixed rate. It executes the annotated method with a fixed period between invocations. And last but not least, you have a cron. Okay, so a cron like expression, it's basically extending the usual Unix definition to include triggers on the second, minute, hour, day of month, and day of week. Yeah. All right, so let's just quickly write some code and just try to have a feeling of this particular feature in our Spring Framework. Okay, so let's say I have a class. It's called my scheduler. Now, what I like to do is at some sort of predefined frequency, I would like to ping this hello world. All right, while my application is running and kind of it's doing other bits and bobs. So in order to set up scheduler, the only thing you need to do is, let's say you have some sort of bean class or configuration class. You just have to put this annotation called enable scheduling. If you want, you can put this enable scheduling on this particular class, which is a configuration class, or you can put this annotation on the main class, which is running your Spring Boot application. Okay, so it's entirely up to you whether you would like to have a control at a class level, or you can just decorate any method which is registered as a bean. Okay, and then it should just run in your application. Okay, what I have done over here is just to show I am just decorating this particular class. So let's say I have say hello. At the moment, if I run my application, nothing is going to happen. So in order to call this particular method at a frequency, whatever I'm going to define, i.e. at the schedule time, I have to say scheduled. Okay, and then I have to specify or provide a type. So I'm simply going to say fixed delay. So it's gonna take values in milliseconds. So I'm saying run every 2 seconds. Okay, so if you run your application, what you will see at the bottom of your application, if we go right at the let's go right at the bottom of our application. As you can see, at every 2 seconds, it's printing this hello world. If I change fixed delay to fixed rate, at the moment, there won't be any impact in my application. Reason being because we are not taking any time when we are printing hello world. But just imagine in your real world application, a scheduler will be doing some sort of heavy job which can take few seconds, few minutes, etc. So depending the behavior you need, you can use either fixed delay or you can use fixed rate. What it means, I have already explained to you. Fixed delay is going to give you slightly different behavior compared to fixed rate. If you, however, wanted to have much better control on your scheduled jobs, i.e. more complex control or tight control on your application or how you invoking this method, you can use cron. You can use cron expression as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a very quick example of how cron expression can be written. Okay, so it takes basically 6 attributes. Okay, and you start reading from the left. So left is seconds, minute, okay, hour, day of the month, if I'm not mistaken, then the months, okay, and then weekdays basically. So you should be able to control saying my scheduled job should only be running over the weekends because maybe you like to do some sort of housekeeping. You can say it should only be running on maybe like first day of a month, okay, or middle of a month, or maybe towards the end of month. You're probably generating some reports, etc. Okay, or you can say it should run once every 24 hours, or you can say it should run every hour, or you should be able to say it should run every minute, or like every second, or maybe 5 times a second, whatever you can say. Okay, so if I run this particular program right now, what will happen? Okay, what will happen simply is it's running every 1 second, as you can see. Now, if I wanted to run, let's say every 5 seconds, I should be able to say something like that. Yeah. So I should be able to say run every 5 seconds. So okay. This is how you build expressions. So what you will see now is it's running at, sorry, it ran at 55, then, a new minute change, and then at 05, and then next call should be coming at 10. Okay, so you can search on the internet like how you can build your cron expressions. Okay, as I said, like it gives you real flexibility. It totally depends on your use case. One last thing I like to show you is like, as I said, the whole scheduler is basically, built around TaskScheduler interface, and you can override or you can provide your own implementation, i.e. you can have a better control on how schedulers are running, how you would like to control the thread pool. And when you're running the scheduler, if you like to prefix the each thread, yes. So if you remember, like, earlier, some by default, the thread pool was running and it was simply saying scheduling one, etc. So if you like to have a slightly better control, what you can do is you can register this bean. Okay, and I'm using the implementation of thread pool task scheduler class, and this is the by default name, by the way. Okay, so when application starts, it's going to look for this particular thing. If it can't find the overridden implementation or user provided implementation, it's going to use the default one. But now we are trying to kind of see an example. So you can say, the pool size should be 5. I'm going to kind of, prefix with this particular thing. If you run your application now, it's still going to run every 5 seconds, but this time a thread name should be prefixed with something, because that's what we said, some prefix. Yeah, so it's saying some prefix over here. Alrighty, you can give whatever you wanted to give. All right, so this is how you write schedulers in a Spring Boot application. I hope you liked this particular session. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, leave a feedback, give me thumbs up, etc. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.